Once you see money being given out, once we see roads being done, I am not interested in who agrees with me or disagrees with me. Elections is round the corner. Whenever we see so many things being done, people, you want help, you can get help. Elections is round the corner. And when elections is finished and people need help, you can't get any help. I would like some help, Marcia. I would like some help. I have asked the MP in my area, St. Thomas, for help, and I cannot get any. However, despite that, I get it every single day, and I intentionally do things to help push myself forward. So a lot of persons will not even understand, oh, why she decide to come into politics. You don't have to understand. I have to know why. I have to know why. Because I know the position that I am in, and I know that I want better. And I know that there are a lot of other persons out there in positions, but they do not have the voice to speak. They do not have the platform to speak on. And they're just there, like hopeless. Right now, the Barbadian citizens, some of them are very hopeless, Marcia. And I'll add this, right? I don't have to, but I will. Over the last 2 months, right? I have had at least 6 persons reach out to me and tell me that they're feeling suicidal. I have had I have had young men reach out to me because they see me on social media and say to me, "You look like someone I can talk to," and they talk to me. I don't have to come out and put it in the public domain. I shared a video, I think it was yesterday or day before, with this young man I met in the hair store. And when I saw him, like something ignite in me, and I wanted to give him a hug. And even though the spirit showed me what it was, I was like, I don't want to make him feel uncomfortable. But God worked it out, Marcia. This young man came over to me and he asked me a question. I was like, God, this is you. And when he asked me the question, I answered him and then I hugged him. I said, listen, I wanted to hug you, but I didn't want to make you feel uncomfortable. And then we had that conversation about what he's into, what he's into. And this young man, tears sat up in his eyes, right, Marcia? And when he told me what he experienced as a young man, what someone did to him that now has him on this path, it hurts me. A lot of our young people in this country are hurting, and persons are not taking it seriously. I hate to hear when people say young people don't want to work. You're right. They don't want to work. They need jobs. Work is not security. When you have a job, you're secure. You understand? So I feel like they need to change that mindset, and we all need to do better, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, we really need to. I don't know if you heard the beginning of the program, Stephanie, where we were sharing the voice note of a young man who is on the verge of suicide because he just can't take care of himself or his mother. He's working at the NCC. He gets a little per month. It works out to be 1,000 something per month because it's
Yes.
$500 every 500 and something dollars every 2 weeks.
So the,
He
yeah.
works 1 week work and 1 week off. This is what is happening when they're saying, that that their numbers in terms of jobs and whatever, it's just so great. But
Yeah.
here it is, you're telling me the same thing, and I was talking to another young man this morning from the same St. George South, who's
Hmm.
saying, ma'am, he says, all I need right now, I just need a job. I just need a job. And I'm like, wow. I told that young man as well, I said, send me your CV. That one actually did. So that I can send out to others. But our young men, I agree with you, we are in trouble. So what do you think? I mean, when you are on the street, you meet the young men, you meet the young people who are suffering, but then the prime minister and those in government, they're saying how great the economy is. You hear the central bank, the governor, they're saying how great the economy is. How do you reconcile that?
For me, right? I try not to get upset when persons speak, especially when they come to the citizens speaking like we do not know what is going on or we are not living it. I don't think they understand that we are living in these situations and we know firsthand how we feel. We don't need anyone to come and tell us how we feel. We don't need anyone to come and tell us this is not happening when we know full well that it is happening, right? I think that they need to wake up. And it's not that they're sleeping. I believe that they are fully aware of what is going on, but they are choosing to turn a blind eye. For what reason? I do not know. But that is the way that I feel. And I remembered, I can't remember the minister, but one of the ministers had said something that had me so disturbed. And it's in reference to what I just said to you. Almost like, why are you guys talking about this? This is not as bad as it seems. Like, y'all are making too much noise about this. And I'm like, are you like serious right now? You can't be serious. You can't be living in the same Barbados. You gotta be living on another island. Because it's like I just don't know, Marcia. I don't know. But things are really at a and strange things are happening as well. A lot of strange things are happening.
What
A
do you
lot of
mean
strange things are
when you say
happening.
strange things?
Okay, so okay, for instance, we know the crime rate has risen, and if you check, I don't know if you have been paying close attention,
Hmm.
but like in 2 weeks, you have this amount of things happening. The next 2 weeks, this amount of things happening. The next 2 weeks is going to shut off.
Mm-hmm.
Then 2 weeks after, it's going to start back up and it's going to go on for a period of time and then it's going to shut off.
Mm-hmm.
I remembered when the killings had ceased and then the school children
Yes.
started giving trouble. And it was like, nope, Barbadians need to understand this is spiritual warfare. I don't need
Mm.
anyone to agree with me. I am
Mm.
saying how I feel and what I see. This is spiritual warfare, and we need to get serious about our children because these persons are saying that they care about our children. However,
Mm-hmm.
some of the things that they're doing does not speak to them caring, right? And I'll give you this example. Now, there was a robbery close to Westmoreland on Monday night. One of my
Mm-hmm.
constituents, she was robbing her daughter at gunpoint. That
Yes.
happened
Yes.
Monday.
Yes.
And Marcia, honestly, with you, right? Since my dad passed away, I don't really read newspapers. I try to filter my mind and not take in the news so much. You know, we need to be mindful how we take in the news. And it's only like Wednesday, today is Friday, Wednesday night, I heard about this robbery and I'm like, huh? And then I remember speaking to her son just to tell him hello. And he was like, I guess my mom told you what happened. I'm like, what happened? And when he told me, I was more shocked. So when I spoke to her now, and the daughter needs counseling. And if you care about the children, counseling would have been provided. This happened Monday. Today is Friday. Tomorrow is Saturday already. You understand? And she lost everything, her supermarket money, bills money, money for back to school. And I feel like the red tape is too much. When things like this happen so serious, we need to be able to step in and do what needs to be done and then deal with the write up afterwards. But my hope is that the little girl and her mom can get some counseling right away. It has
Mm-hmm.
been too long. It was very traumatic being robbed at gunpoint. It was very traumatic.
Oh my goodness. And
Yeah.
I heard they were coming from Carifesto.
Yes. And the thing about it, like there wasn't an 11 o'clock bus, so they had to get the 12 o'clock bus,
Mm-hmm.
which, you know, and that is another thing, like the bus service. They need to improve the bus service. Really need to do a follow up on that to find out how that really works. I will not even go into much details about that, right? But in terms of the bus service, they need to improve that because even the lighting on Highway 2A, it is
Mm-hmm.
terrible. Like, where are the lights? Where are the lights for Highway 2A? It is terrible. It is pitch black. Yes, we have the lights in the road, the highlights, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But where are the street lights to light up the highway? Out there is very dark. And I would have thought that with everything that is going on, that would have been something that would have been addressed because that is something that was spoken about in the by-elections in May.
Yes, it was. It was. I thought that it was already fixed, that the
No,
lighting in St. James North was fixed already.
no, it hasn't been.
Because
The
that
highway
was
is
a
very
huge
dark.
wow. I thought I thought I heard them say the deputy prime minister said Who remembered? She said that they had
Remember,
lights already that were waiting to be put in.
put in the road has lights, and the road itself has lights. So when you're driving, you can see the road lit up. But you need lights, the actual street lights. You need those actual street lights, like how you have going up the ABC highway. You need to be able to see. Highway to A is pitch black. It is
So
ridiculous.
you know, I mean, and you are as an independent candidate, you know, that's how you ran at the St. James North, and you could notice these things. I heard Felicia was also speaking about these things, and
Yes.
I remembered that they said that they're going. That is something that they were going to take care of. And here it is, people are being robbed. They're coming home when they take them off the bus. It's dark. You know, I think there was another lady, I don't know if she was actually from that constituency, but she was in St. James, got off the bus, you know, and a senior citizen, and she was chopped, remember, and robbed in St. James as well. So they really need to look at, you know, need to look at these different things that's happening, and look at what
Yes.
is the representation really, what does that
Yes.
look like, you know.
From Garden Greenwich School right up Needs Lights. That bus stop, I have passed there at night. And I saw a lady in security clothes standing by bus stop, and I was scared. I was in the vehicle, Marcia, and I was scared for her being at the bus stop. Pitch black, pitch black. And
You
she's
know,
there waiting for the bus.
you know what is very odd, viewers. I know I'm waiting on. We're gonna have Shaquani Hunt is going to be joining us, and also let me see. Let me just see if she saw the link. Just give me a moment, guys.
Okay.
Um, and I'm not seeing Apostles Canterbury as well, folks. Just give us a moment. We just want to make sure that today was a busy day on the road, and so we did things very, very, very quickly. Marcia Hines, if you're listening, my sincere apologies. Very much so. Really sorry about that, but that I didn't get back to you. I still can't even find your message, but I know I saw a message from you, Marcia Hines, Myri, and I know once you message me, it is something very important. So just hang on. You know we're going to have you on. Okay, let me see here. Dave, if Dave could just check with Apostle Canterbury for me and Shaquani Hunt. Shaquani, if you're listening and you can join, that would be wonderful. And yes, but continue what you were saying, please. Yeah.
Yes, so from Garden Greenwich School right up, they need lights there.
Mhm.
It's
Oh,
we
I
don't
remember
feel
I
like
was
it's
saying
getting
something. I was saying something. I
Mhm.
wanted the viewers and for you, Stephanie, to think about this. We just got back. Well, I went to the village, the Carfesto, to the Grand Market, to that Grand Market, and the place was pristine. I mean, the government put down a brand new road. First, they cut down the trees and they laid a brand new road. There were lights, right, all along that road. The place was well lit. Think about it. Right? Think about it. Think about those beautiful tents. Think about the millions of dollars that were spent on that. And Carfesta is important. But when you think that here it is, a woman is standing at a bus stop, okay? There's no lights. There are no lights. And they were promised lights during the campaign. There
Yes,
were. People in the comment section remembered that was what had happened. And we have the people who come off the bus trying to get home and are robbed, coming from the same
yes,
Carifesta where lights, it just lights up and lights, and they now are getting home, come off their bus from Carifesta, and they're robbed in the dark.
yes. It is so funny, Marcia. That is so funny. It not funny in a good way, but you have to laugh because you're then left to wonder. Are these persons really thinking about the citizens of Barbados? Are they really thinking about us? It doesn't seem that way. And if I might say, kudos to everyone who put together Carrie Festa, like you said, they did the role and everything. Honestly speaking, I was not able to attend all of them. I only attended the last event on this Sunday, and so many persons were there. I did not even know Barbados has so many human beings. So many human beings were down there, but it seemed like everything was put together well from what I saw. But again, for an event like that, yes, you have to put things in place. But then when it comes to the people in your country, the people who you're supposed to be working for, is like they're in last place. We have to beg for the things that we should be getting, and it is not fair. And then when you speak about it, it's almost like you should not say anything. That again is not fair. So I just feel like the same way how they could have spent whatever amount of money to make them there presentable for all of those persons who would have come in, as they rightfully should have, and they did. Make sure that the citizens are comfortable as well. That's what they need to do. And I am going to add this, Marcia. I would hope that come Monday, schools are in order. I have come to expect that schools will not be in order for the start of the term, right? And even though we're hearing that, things are going, I think I heard someone saying today that Wesley Hall will not be ready. I'm not sure. I didn't hear the news for myself, but I
The
think that's what
parents
some
at
person has
Wesley
said.
Hall should be they should be joining this march tomorrow, because to think that we would have spent so much money on Carrie Festa and our schools are not ready. And you know what's amazing is that these are the same people who are going to go and vote. When the election, they go and they vote for these same MPs again.
Yes,
Isn't that
yes.
something? They go and they vote for the same MPs who promised them representation and never gave it. Isn't that something?
Yes, it is. But you have to remember the kind of persons that you are dealing with, and it's not always their fault, right? When you have people who are having it hard, Marcy, we have to be honest. Things in Barbados dried.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you gotta think twice about buying bread. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? So when you get the opportunity to get something extra, you're gonna take it. Even like when persons say a lot of money was paid out in the by elections or during elections, people get money. That's not me saying it. That's what
Mm-hmm.
persons say, the word on the street,
Mm-hmm.
right? But when you think about it, things are so hard. So if persons get the opportunity to get a little extra, that is what they're going to do. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
hearing now that there's supposed to be $500 being given to the citizens. I don't know how true that is. That is the word on the street again.
Mm-hmm.
Before, when citizens had received the $300, they were saying it was supposed to be $800 or $1,000 instead of the $300.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just left to speculate what the truth is. And it is just not fair. Like, persons have to wake up and they have to be able to think for themselves. At the end of the day, when you get the little crumbs and that is gone, yeah, you can say you had a good time for that short period of time, but you have to think about the long haul of it. You have to think about down the road, not just now. You have to think about further down the road. How will it be? How will you get through? Are you going to have to go and beg? Sometimes I feel like I just have to beg. That is how I just feel. So imagine how other persons feel, right?
Right. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Stephanie, this has been real heart to heart, and that's what I love about
Mm,
what you do. You really take your work seriously. You're still working in St. James North. Oh my gosh, I just want to clap you. And I
thank
want to
you.
say that this is a kind of representation. And I know Felicia is also still working in St. James North. And that's the kind of representation that we want. And I want to just say to you, ma'am, that I hope that if the people allow you to be their representative, that this is not something that you stop the moment you get into parliament. You know
Yeah.
that this is something that you just have a heart for the people and to help them. I know the family that was affected. There's somebody who lives close to them who called me about them 2 days ago, and I'm going to talk to you about something that's being planned
Okay.
to help that family.
Blessings.
So
Yes.
just
Great.
reach out to me, and we're going to see what we can do. You know, the loyal opposition, we're here to
Great.
help. Okay, to
Great.
see
Thank
what.
you. I appreciate it.
Okay, keep up the good work, and we're
Mhm.
gonna see you
Thank
on the
you.
truck tomorrow. Let me make some
Yes.
noise before you leave. Make some noise, Stephanie. Listen, we're gonna be beating the pot covers. Oh
Yes.
my gosh, this is awesome. All right, God bless you, Stephanie.
Thank
And
you. You as well.
this was a wonderful interview. I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much. God
Yes,
bless you.
please.
See
You're
you
welcome.
tomorrow.
All
And
right.
what's
Bye
my
bye.
other friend? What's her name? Who's coming from? She's coming from UPP.
And yes, the UPP Patsy nurse.
Patsy Nurse from the
Yes.
tell me, United Progressive Party.
Progressive Party. Yes.
United Progressive Party. She will be with us as well, Miss Pat Nurse, and they're gonna
Patsy
bring the
nurse.
house
Yes.
down on the truck. Pat Nurse, if you're listening, you're gonna have to climb up on that truck.
Patsy
Patsy
nurse.
Nurse from
Yes.
UPP will be on as well. Thank you so much. God bless
You're
you.
welcome.